Hello YouTube viewers, I'm Greg and this is Jess. We are Drifter Journey and we are bringing a new video for you today about the Staun's tire deflator kit. In this video we are going to go over why we purchased these, why we selected them over the ARB air down kit, how to use them, and what uses they're for, among other things.
Maybe how well they work.
Oh yeah, and how well they work, because this is the first attempt for us to use them.
Yeah.
So we are on a gravel road that's 140 miles or so long in between the town of St. Regis, Montana, and what town in Idaho?
Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, well, yeah, it goes to Coeur d'Alene.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, Idaho. So it is the alternative route from going from Missoula to Coeur d'Alene. Goes along a beautiful river the whole way, we think. We haven't been up here before. Normally we would probably avoid a gravel road this long or turn back if we didn't know, which we didn't. But now that we have this deflator kit, we're going to air down and enjoy ourselves out here. So we're going to go ahead and find a pretty crummy spot on the road. Hopefully there'll be, well, hopefully there aren't washboards, but hopefully I'll find a spot where there are washboards. We can run it over with our tires fully deflated, or inflated, sorry, and show you how nasty that is, and then we'll use these, air down, and run it over again, show you how that is, and then we'll go into more of how the deflators work themselves. It's not too bad. Just need a steep hill somewhere. Or a sharp curve. Alright. We haven't found any real horrible washboards, but we're not going to drive for 100 miles with it just bouncing us a little bit. So that section was a little bumpy. We'll go ahead and air down here and run that over again and see if we can notice a difference. Alright, so this is with the tires deflated. So, say smoother.
A lot less rattling.
And a lot less rattling. Definitely a lot less rattling. So, we learned our lesson on one of our previous videos to not record outside next to a river, and there happens to be a river here again. So we're going to do everything in the van. But the Staun's kit, there are 3 different kits you can buy. We have the 15 to 55 pound deflators. There are 2 that go lower, but we normally run around 35 pounds when we air down, so these are perfect. 30 to 35. Normal day we're at 72 pounds all around for our rig. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on, let it start airing down. We're going to throw on a timer, see how long it takes, and while we're waiting on that, we will let you know the reason we went with these. Alright, timer is started. I'm not going to go crazy, I'm just going to do it normally. So in theory, we'll screw that on. And they should automatically stop when it gets to 35 pounds. Hopefully they work.
Taking a big leap of faith that they work.
Yeah.
Otherwise we're going to have 4 flat tires.
Yeah. Luckily we have an inflator, which we're going to show you guys at the end, just in case. Alright, it went quite a bit faster than we expected. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to get all 4 aired down. And now I'm going to go ahead and just double check the pressure to see how accurate they were. So you're just going to take these back off. And this one I moved a little bit, so it might be slightly wrong. So I got 32 on this one. Let's see how we do up here. About 33, so that's actually good for us because I was hoping to be between 30 and 35. To adjust these, you got to move this collar down, and then you can turn it either way, and it said a full turn is 8 pounds, so a half turn is 4 pounds of pressure change. I didn't want to have to adjust them because that's just an extra step. So let's hope that they're all pretty close and that I don't have to mess with any of them. And then we can talk about why we're doing this. About 33. About 33. Perfect. So you may be wondering, why would we want to air down? There are a few different scenarios where we like to air down. Say the most common that we run into is gravel roads with washboards. So you're driving washboards and they basically rattle the whole van apart, or your vehicle. We're in a van. That's no good for anything. You're miserable because you're bouncing around. Your vehicle's going to fall apart sooner, and it takes you longer to get places. So for us, anytime we're on a gravel road over, I don't know, 5 or 10 miles planned, we'd like to air down. In the past, we went with use the back of this guy or a screwdriver to hold in the valve stem, and you're sitting out there for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes just to air down. And as you just saw, 3.5 minutes, all 4 tires with this. Much more convenient. You're going to do it more often. Same thing with airing up. We made the rookie mistake. We bought the wrong compressor before. It took us an hour to fill up. We just got a new one. We're going to do a video for you next week on that. Hopefully we'll be filling up in about 10 minutes. So why do we do that? Because we want our time. Everybody wants their time. So yes, these aren't the cheapest option. I think they were about $85 for the set, but hopefully we don't ever have to replace them. Don't lose them. They come with this nice little leather pouch. Put it in the glove box. Keep track of them. What else? There are 2 other scenarios that we like to air down. Second is sand. If you have a Ram ProMaster or many other vehicles, but Ram ProMaster likes to sink in the sand. So airing down for that when we're in Baja, or mostly Baja is where we've been in the sand, you want to be able to air down so that you're going to get stuck less often. There's no guarantee. You should always have a good recovery system, so we have some max tracks and some heavy duty tow straps to get out. Another option would be to add a winch. We haven't done that. It's good to have people around to help, but always make sure you got your recovery options with you so that you can get out when you do get stuck. And then the third scenario where we like to air down would be on steep, loose, or rocky roads. So if we are on a back road, Forest Service road, and call it more rock crawling, even though we're in a van, we don't really rock crawl, but sometimes you get into rocks that you bounce off of rather than roll over. So if you air down, you can roll over those rocks easier. And then if it's just steep and loose, tires want to spin, so the more traction you can get with the bigger footprint, makes sense, air down. So those are the 3 big reasons that we air down, and then I'm going to explain why we went with the Stauns over the ARB. Like I said, these are about $85. I don't have internet here to check, but the ARB tire deflator kit I think is right around $50, and that one, it requires you to sit out there, squat down on every tire. So it actually pulls out the valve stem, so it's going to be quite a bit faster than these individually. but then you have to stop and do each one separately. So overall time, you're actually spending more than the 3 minutes that we did. And you put it on, you have to unscrew the valve stem, pull it out, and then it deflates super fast. But what I had read on a couple of reviews was that some people struggle to get the valve stem back in with it. And also you have to stop it every time to check what your air pressure is at. So if you over deflate, so say you're trying to hit 35 and you go down to 25 on accident, now you got to get out your compressor and air back up. So yes, it's a little bit cheaper, but you're going to sit there and waste more time. Whereas these we could just plug on and go about doing something else for only 3 minutes. I thought it was going to take like 6, but so 3 minutes, I don't know. Go brush your teeth, come back. You're good to go. You can get back on the road. So yeah, that's why we went with the Stauns. And what else do we want to talk about with it? One other thing I forgot to mention. You want to make sure that you're not driving crazy, making hard, sharp turns on deflated tires, because you can blow the bead. And what that means is the tire itself will fall off the wheel, or the rim, and then you're totally flat. That would have been a better spot to do our test. And if that happens, you need to know how to put your tire back on the rim, which I've never had to do it, and I don't ever want to have to do it. You can search videos on how to. There's like, I think it's a hairspray, but literally a hairspray thing. You spray it in there, light it on fire, and it just pops it back on. I think people can lose fingers doing that if you do it wrong, so definitely learn how to do it properly. Probably don't even do it that method. We actually learned from another friend that you can do it with ratchet straps, so that would probably be the method I would try to learn and do. But just don't drive like an idiot with your tires deflated, and you'll probably be in good shape. Unless you're doing some hardcore off-roading, then you know, things just happen. You want to add anything else?
Fun fact, washboards are created by driving way too fast on dirt roads.
Yeah.
So that's why you normally see them start in curves and down steep descents, because people are driving too fast and they start braking, and then the vehicle starts bouncing and creating washboards. So don't drive too fast, and we'll all have nice smooth dirt roads to drive on.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That wraps up our video about the Staun's tire deflators. We're running them on a 2017 Ram ProMaster. We have Falcon AT3W 245/75 R16 tires. We normally run 72 pounds of pressure. Ran them down to about 33 pounds in 3.5 minutes. Next week's video is going to be about Bi-Air air compressors. This is the one we originally bought when we got in the van. It's more for a passenger vehicle. We learned that quickly. It takes about an hour to fill us back up to 72, because this one maxes out at 65 pounds of pressure. And then we got this guy here, which we haven't actually used yet. We're going to take it and fill back up when we get off this gravel road and see how it does. So that'll be next week's video. Should be much faster, much more convenient. Thank you for watching. If we missed anything, ask questions in the comments, leave comments, let us know what else you'd like to see, and definitely subscribe. And I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.